Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for joining us. This is Joseph Loughran. We're going to kick off today's webinar in about 10 seconds here. We have a special guest speaker on the webinar with us today, Carrie Levinson, who is the president of Levinson and Associates. And today's webinar is all about kind of the new wave of insurance underwriting. And we normally don't have Carrie on these calls, but today he stepped in and is going to share his thoughts on a couple new things happening at the agency and kind of his take on the new underwriting, the new wave of insurance underwriting, and a couple other things. So without further ado, Carrie, welcome. Can you hear me?
Joe, I can. And thank you so much. I greatly appreciate that. And good afternoon to everyone on our call this afternoon. I thank you for taking your time to join us. Hopefully, you all find our webinars informative and entertaining. I normally do not speak, as Joe says. I normally do not get too involved in the webinars. However, I am going to say a few words today. A couple of things I want to bring up. Number one, first is exactly 1 month from today, on May 10th, is the upcoming Levinson Expo. And of course, the Expo is a full day of sales ideas and sales concepts for all of our agents. It is absolutely complimentary. We're anticipating approximately 300 agents once again, and Joe Ross will be our keynote speaker, and we will we're so excited about this expo because we have 11 of our companies that are going to be presenting ideas and concepts, and the whole idea behind the expo is to elevate your practice. So if at all possible, try to spend May 10th with us and register if you have not yet done so. If you have not gotten an email from us about the expo with a registration link, just give us a call after the webinar, and Joe will send you an email to go ahead and register. So that's the first very, very exciting thing happening at Levinson and Associates. Secondly, we have firmed up our senior division. We have an individual that is going to be coming on board with us in approximately 1 month, and we will officially be launching the Levinson Senior Division, and we will be marketing Medicare, Medicare supplement programs, and Medicare Advantage plans and products along that line. So we are getting requests from our current agents every single day about this division. It is happening. We are firming it up, and we do have the person that will be heading it up. And as I say, we should be starting in approximately 4 to 6 weeks. So that too, we're very, very excited about. Thirdly, Bill and I have done a podcast. Bill interviewed me and asked for my thoughts on the business today and how it's changed in the last 48 years that I've been involved in the life insurance business. And it's about a 40-minute podcast. If you have the time, I strongly suggest you listen to it. I think you'll find it very entertaining and hopefully very helpful as well. Fourth item is I'm very, very proud to thank each and every one of you on the call today, because last week we hit a record number of pending applications that we are processing at the moment. We have never gone up to the number of applications that we have in our various home offices as we do today. So thank you to everyone on this call today and to our agents who are not on the call today. And along that same line, we have a record number of employees working in our office here in Coral Springs, so that as many agents as want to come and work with us, as many applications as you folks want to send us, our service will not suffer. We are continuing to look for new case managers, new marketing folks, and also new licensing and contracting employees. So we will continue to grow as our applications and pending business grows. And then finally, I just want to say that the topic today that Joe is going to be discussing with everyone in just a few minutes, I cannot believe starting as an agent at 21 years old, when we were selling $5,000 and $10,000 policies, Joe is going to be discussing non-med limits, where one carrier in particular now will be going up to $3 million on a non-medical basis. It absolutely blows me away that carriers are getting to this point where without paramed exams, without blood, without urine, they are able to approve and issue policies up to $3 million. So we have a variety of companies that are entering the non-medical arena, and Joe is going to be discussing them right now. So Joe, without further ado, it just brings me great pleasure to have you head up our webinar today.
Thanks, Kerry. I really appreciate it. That's great stuff. Always very, very insightful. So I'm going to go ahead and dive into the material. What you'll see in front of you, we've actually put together some handouts inside of the GoToWebinar platform. So this is kind of a quick guide. What you can do is actually download the handouts. You can save them. They're PDFs. We have 3 different handouts that you can download just by following the instructions on the screen. The first of which is a non-med guide. This is actually pretty neat. It's going to highlight all the top carriers, their streamlined underwriting platform, what death benefit you can go to on a non-medical basis, the issue ages, and whether or not they have an e-application. So I'll show you that chart on the next slide, but it's a great handout to kind of keep on your desk or on your computer if the client says, you know what, I'm afraid of needles, or I want something done, you know, in just a couple of days or 24 to 48 hours, what option do you recommend? That is a great little piece to have to be able to reference which carriers to go to. The next is the life sales coupon. What we did and what we're doing on an ongoing basis is you can actually earn free orphan leads. These are orphan policyholder leads. Just by going and downloading that life sales coupon, you can actually submit an application between now and 30 days from now, and that'll actually get you 3 orphan leads. Just fill out that coupon, email it, or fax it back to our office. And the final handout is the leads for contracting marketing piece. This is a program by which if you're already appointed with one of these carriers we're going to be covering, you not only get the same commission level or higher than you're currently getting, but we also give you additional free leads for transferring that contract and writing business. So be sure to download all those handouts. We, of course, will send out an email this afternoon with today's webinar recording, as well as all the material that we're discussing. So that non-med guide that I mentioned is actually what you're looking at on this next screen. This is actually a part of our website. If you go to kerrylevinson.com and you click on the product tab, you can actually go to the simplified issues / non-med plans button, which is kind of highlighted there in blue. And then it will give you every single one of these carriers, the max benefit issue ages. And then on the bottom right there, you can actually click on the individual carriers and it will display the underwriting guide for that particular company. It will give you all the guidelines, what products are available, what features are available, all the riders that are included in that non-med program. So a huge resource for all these different companies. And just in the last, I would say probably 6 to 8 months, we've seen a huge change in the way that all of our carriers are doing business and how they're really managing their underwriting requirements. And we've seen a big shift to carriers really kind of streamlining the entire underwriting process. Most all of our top companies are now finding a way to speed up the underwriting process and save you time on cases, which is excellent. I think it's long overdue. It just helps us write more business faster and really accelerate the entire underwriting process. And now with all the data that's available on our clients and the proposed insureds when it comes to motor vehicle check, MVR, RX, LexisNexis, all that information is there at their fingertips. So really underwriting should be done a lot faster than it has in the past. And that's what we're seeing with these new non-med options and underwriting programs. I want to highlight 3 top companies today. These are the companies that you can write business with and actually earn those orphan leads by printing out that sales coupon. Number 1 is John Hancock. Actually, on 4/1, they announced a brand new increase to their non-med underwriting program. They have something called the Express Track. This is pretty much, as far as we're concerned, the highest non-med limit available with any of our carriers. It goes up to $3 million of death benefit for any of their products. Ages 18 to 60, you can use this even if you want to add a long-term care rider, any single life product. John Hancock has some awesome underwriting. They also have a very, very competitive vitality program, which can even be used in a scenario where there's a small table rating. We can actually reduce that table rating on a lot of policies. So John Hancock, I think a great carrier, great name, and now with the ability to do $3 million on a non-medical basis is just simply phenomenal. We're seeing approvals in just a couple days. So really great stuff there. Number 2 is Securian, also known as Minnesota Life. They have something called Right Fit Underwriting. We're seeing up to $2 million of death benefit for clients ages 18 to 50 within a 24-hour process. This is a completely simplified, streamlined process, no lab requirements. So it's very quick, very easy, and this will actually go up to age 60. You can get $1 million up to age 60, and then $2 million for your clients ages 50 and below. And you can use their e-application and actually a tele-interview process, which streamlines the entire platform. And then number 3, towards the bottom there, is Sagicor Life. Sagicor has some amazing term rates. They have an awesome guaranteed universal life, whole life product, single premium product. They can actually do up to $1 million of coverage. And you'll notice in their breakdown here, they can actually go up to age 65, depending on the death benefit, which is a little bit higher than most other carriers. So we've got some great options if you're looking at term, whole life, guaranteed universal life. There's a lot of great features there. These are our top 3 go-to non-med companies as far as getting policies turned around very quickly, very fast. These are our top 3 that we're seeing really give us excellent underwriting offers in just a matter of 24 to 48 hours. So you can actually quote all of these carriers right on kerrylevinson.com, and I'm going to dive in a couple slides and show you exactly how to do that. The next thing I want to touch on are some of our same-day approval carriers and products here. On the left there, Gerber Life. Everyone's heard of Gerber. We actually just about a month and a half ago secured an exclusive access to their call center platform. This is, I think, phenomenal. It's available for their guaranteed issue product, their senior final expense product, all the other Gerber Life products. Once you're an active Levinson agent with Gerber and you have that client on the phone, or maybe you're at a face-to-face meeting, you can actually conference in the Gerber Life call center. They will do a tele-app from start to finish, collect all the client's information, and give you a decision over the phone. They'll issue that policy right away. It's a great way to actually get the Gerber Life policy, whether it's guaranteed issue or it's that senior final expense product that can go up to $100,000. Again, same day approvals, and this comes with our no-cost scholarship platform. So not only can you give that client a great product, but it also comes with up to 1 free year of college tuition for any family member. And again, if you aren't using that scholarship marketing platform, definitely check it out. We're going to include some of those materials in today's thank you email, but it's a great way to market yourself and set yourself apart from all the different competition that's selling life insurance in the marketplace today. On the right-hand side, Lumico, this is, in my opinion, one of the easiest to issue final expense products. We can go up to age 85. They have preferred, standard, modified. What's great is even for a street agent, there's triple-digit commissions, instant decision, a very quick option. You actually can do a either face-to-face or you can do that e-application that goes through the call center. Again, voice application, instant decision, 2 great options for same-day approvals. If that client calls you and says, hey, I need coverage, now or in the next 10 to 15 minutes, you can quote these products and actually do that application over the phone and get an instant approval. So 2 top companies for final expense, whole life, and Gerber also has guaranteed issue, the grow up plan, the college plan, a lot of great options for your clients. One great thing I mentioned earlier is quoting tools. We have an amazing quoting system on kerrylevinson.com. This was just updated actually about a week ago. Not only can you quote regular term and universal life, but you can also quote GUL on a short pay or a full pay scenario, index universal life, cash value universal life. And if you can see this screen here, you're not only looking at all the different carriers that offer full pay, single pay, 10, 20, 30 pay scenarios for index universal life, but you can also see the cash value at different years, the maturity cash value. You can even tell this software how much your client wants to pay every single year, and it will show you what the distributions are at age 65 or age 70. So you can run all your index universal life options in one spot, which makes it very easy to recognize which carrier is go-to. Also, inside of our quote engine, while we're talking about simplified issue, you'll see if one of the categories you can pick says term with simplified issue. That will only display options where the client can skip the paramed exam. So you can see all your non-med options in one spot. Very simple and easy to understand. Again, that's available on careylevinson.com. Also, another way to speed up the underwriting process, we talk about doing an e-application and using a streamlined process. We're now using DocFast, which is a multi-carrier platform built into careylevinson.com, so that when that policy gets approved through that non-med process in 24 to 48 hours, you can now e-deliver that policy to your client through email. You no longer have to wait for that policy to be printed, to be sent through snail mail. You basically log into careylevinson.com, go into your iGo platform, you can view the policy, you can make changes, and then your client simply gets an email where they view the policy, they type in their name, their social, their date of birth, they can accept that policy, enter payment information, and what that means is you're going to be able to process policies much faster. You don't have to wait for anything to get mailed or delivery requirements to be receipted off. Everything is done same day. We actually had a policy last week that was issued on a Wednesday afternoon. The e-delivery was done Thursday morning. The policy was put in place Thursday by 2 p.m. Eastern. It was in force, and the agent was paid that same day. So very fast, very simple, and of course, everything is very consumer friendly inside of that DocFast platform. Again, a great no-cost tool available to all Levinson agents. To learn more about e-apps and e-deliveries, we actually created a section of careylevinson.com. Right underneath the Forms tab, it says e-app/e-delivery info. You can actually watch videos and tutorials on how to do an e-app, how to do a drop ticket. And then on the right-hand side there, you can see e-delivery platforms. You can actually watch a more in-depth training on the DocFast platform and how to e-deliver policies. But I guarantee you, once you try the e-app and e-delivery solution on a policy, you're always going to want to use that option because it's literally saving 1.5 to 2 weeks off of the policy cycle time, which ends up saving everybody a lot of time and a lot of frustration. So definitely check that out. Moving along here, talking about, today we're talking about new underwriting innovations. And one tool that I think is extremely important for all agents to use is not only our quoting engines and systems, but one of our online underwriting platforms. It's actually an underwriting software called X-Ray. And if you go to careylevinson.com and you hover over the underwriting tab, you'll see the X-Ray button. You can actually click on X-Ray. And what this system does is it allows you to enter in all of your client's information: date of birth, death benefit amount, tobacco use, family history, as much information as you can, blood pressure, cholesterol, even if they have a specific medical condition. This system will actually evaluate your client as you're typing in their information. And then what it will do is it will, based on those underwriting answers you put in, it will recommend a carrier, and it will tell you not only what the rating is, but also what the premium is. So you can actually in real time compare all different carriers and all different products to be able to know what that client is actually going to be approved at, as long as all the information is the same that you put in the platform. Now, there's another step built into X-Ray. Sometimes, we all have those clients that maybe have a lot more medical problems or issues that they don't tell us right up front, or maybe there's a lot of comorbidity issues. You can actually enter in additional information into this platform, and with the click of one button, you can actually send all of that underwriting information to every single one of our carriers, and within 24 hours, they will all respond with a tentative offer. So what you're essentially able to do is informally shop the entire marketplace for your client without ever having to take an application. And if you've ever had a case that's come back rated or declined, or maybe had a flat extra, imagine being able to avoid that whole process where you have to go back to the client and say, well, they came back with a table 3 and we're going to look at other options and see if somebody can do better, you can now skip that long drawn out process and actually get the answers up front. So I think X-Ray is an invaluable resource here. It's available absolutely at no cost to all Levinson agents. I will send the link out in today's thank you email. But again, go right to kerrylevinson.com, click on the underwriting tab, you'll see the X-Ray button, and you can log right in and start using that platform today. Our internal marketing staff probably uses this at least 30 to 40 times a day, and it saves us a ton of time, a ton of resources. It helps us also identify underwriting trends. As these underwriters and the reinsurers update their manuals and guides, it automatically updates this software, which really gives us an edge to be able to know which company to go to right out of the gate. So if you have questions or want to learn more, we'll also send out the link and the training video on X-Ray. Another great thing to know, on kerrylevinson.com, we have a tab called Underwriting Resources and Impaired Risk Questionnaires. So the underwriting resources you'll see with that blue arrow, not only can you access all the underwriting guides, but you can also access underwriting tips, such as auto bind limits, guides on completing paramed exams, impaired risk questionnaires, information on table shape programs, tobacco usage. So you can kind of see which companies are stronger in each scenario. You can always call our marketing team. We're here to help with any questions. But if it's a weekend or a holiday and we're not here, all these resources are available at your fingertips. On the right-hand side, we have impaired risk questionnaires. So the scenario that I always recommend using one of these forms is if you're speaking with a client and they say, oh, by the way, I'm on some depression medications, there should be some follow-up questions that you'll be doing in your field underwriting that you need to address to determine which company is going to be better to insure your client. And that's where these impaired risk questionnaires come in. You can actually go into this section of the website, you can click on a specific impairment, and then that impairment form is going to ask those follow-up questions for your client so you know what information you're looking at. You can then send that to the Levinson marketing team. We will evaluate that case. Sometimes we may even use X-Ray to find out which company might be best, and then we'll run those quotes and get them back to you within 24 hours. So that's really, really a great tool to kind of help avoid any unnecessary ratings or underwriting surprises that might come up down the road. And that'll lead to, a lot faster and better placement ratios with all the business that you write through Levinson and Associates. Another quick thing I want to mention here, we're going over a lot of tools, a lot of programs. Everything that we're talking about, the X-Ray platform, the quoting engine, e-applications, is all available on the Levinson mobile app. And if you haven't downloaded this, as long as you have any sort of smartphone or tablet, you can go to the App Store. Even if it's an Android, you can type in Levinson and you'll see this is exactly what the application looks like. You can download this to your phone. It's updated in real time. You can even check your case status. You can even access your CRM platform and get notifications about everything that's happening with us at the office, with new products, new webinars. Just a great way to stay in touch. You really have everything at your fingertips. I even had a couple agents that downloaded this and they were able to run quotes for some of their clients when they were out in the field and actually email those quotes directly to that client. They didn't have to write down notes or save their email address. They did everything in real time, which I think is phenomenal, being able to deliver those quotes. You can even do an e-application if you wanted from your phone. So a great resource. Definitely download that today. It's absolutely free for I also want to go over some upcoming training events. I mentioned real quickly there that on the mobile app, we have our Agency Automator CRM platform available. If you're not using a CRM platform now, I definitely recommend using Agency Automator. We have trainings at 2 p.m. every single day of the week. Monday, we talk about a platform to get yourself in front of local prospects. Tuesday, we cover how to build your own agent website and really create an online marketing brand. Wednesday, we dive into the CRM platform itself, how to manage your clients, how to set automated reminders, follow-ups, and imagine being able to have a platform that automatically emails your clients for their birthday, policy anniversary, conversion deadlines, all those different sales opportunities that you're missing. This Agency Automator platform will take care of it for you. Thursday, we talk about the prospecting platform that's built into the system, so you can actually go in, plug in your zip code, and say that you want to see clients between the ages of 40 and 55 that make at least $100,000 a year that live within a 25-mile radius, that agency automator platform will deliver to you those actual local prospects in your area. And there's a whole email marketing system built into that. And then Friday, I think, in my opinion, the best webinar that's done for Agency Automator is called Best Practices. And this is actually a webinar where we dive into what successful agents are doing inside of their Agency Automator environment. We kind of show you how to use that tool, the best way to be effective, uncover new prospects. So again, that's Friday at 2 p.m. We will send out the link for all of these webinars in today's thank you email. And then finally at the bottom there, tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern, we have a webinar covering the life settlement sales opportunity. We're going to dive into what life settlements are, how they're important and why they're important to you and your clients, and some great ways to uncover new sales using that life settlement tool. So that's going to be about a 35 to 40-minute webinar. You'll see that invitation tomorrow morning. Moving on finally here, we always close with our Positive Tuesday quote. This is something we put out every single week. We put it on our Facebook feed. And so I'll mention today's Positive Tuesday post, and then we'll close the call. Before I do that, I want to thank Kerry for jumping on today's call. You know, it's a rarity that he's on the webinars with us, but it's always appreciated and good to know that that he's helping us out today.
Thank you, Joe.
I'll say yep, absolutely. So to this week's Positive Tuesday quote that Bill actually sourced here says, winning the game always comes down to these two strategies. Number one is marketing, and number two is innovation. Thank you so much. I appreciate everyone joining us today. Special thanks to Carrie. We will send you that follow-up email with everything we covered in today's call. Thanks again. Have a great day.